to another Chelsea chat. I thought there's a few things we ought to discuss. Like everyone else, I'm a little bit disappointed that something hasn't happened in the transfer window yet, but I'm sure there's a lot going on behind the scenes. I told you I had a chat with someone I knew at the club, and his view was that we hadn't even been in for Dembele, and we weren't interested. He thought it was just newspaper speculation sparked by his agent to get a better deal at Barcelona. But that's what I was told, and it's a guy that works actually in the club, but whether it's true or not, I don't know. But the rest of it, what made me laugh, I mean, I think there's a lot of people still haven't got to grips that Roman has left the club. I think for us who started supporting the club, well, myself, you know, when Dave Sexton was, well, no, Tommy Docherty actually was just manager, but really Dave Sexton when I started really sort of taking notice. People that are right the way up to the Ken Bates era, we pretty well accept it is what it is. We enjoy it when we're successful, we accept it when we're shy, but we always support, most of us anyway. There are a few exceptions, there's always going to be. But I think a lot of people haven't got it into their heads, particularly on social media, that Roman Abramovich doesn't own us anymore. And people are saying, yeah, we're a top club. Yeah, we're a top club. And obviously, Bowley's bought a top club and he wants us to stay a top club because, don't get me wrong, you know, maybe he wanted to own a Premiership team, but he'll be in it to make money. And Clearlake are a hedge fund, for Christ's sake. They're in it to make money. So there'll be a reason, and he'll want us to be successful, but these people won't throw money about. They won't. He's also American, which is why you're getting these attempts at trading players, because it's par for the course in the NFL. But a lot of people are not accepting the fact that we won't just throw money at things now, and it's going to be a hard few years for you guys that won't accept it. It'll be business decisions and not a decision based on the fact that it's a vanity project for a really rich guy. We've got to accept it, all of us. Now, we're not quite 3 weeks in to the transfer window. As I said at the start, I wish we bought 6 superstars. But I'm also wondering, if you was a footballer, I've just had a chat on Twitter, and the guy brought up a good point. I said to him, all the negativity and that, you know, it makes you wonder if a player would want to play for us. And he said, yeah, what about Arsenal TV and what about, you know, United giving Maguire stick and blah 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 blah. And he's right. I think it's just a lack of patience, a lack of support, lack of respect. It's just a societal thing, I think. It's just the way we've moved on. People want success, they want it yesterday, and they're not prepared to support people through bad times. I get all that. I'm just an old dinosaur. But what worries me about Chelsea is a lot of these young blokes, De Ligt and even Sterling and that, whether you want to sign them or not, and that's another question. Do we trust the manager? Do we trust the manager to have a plan, get the players he needs for that plan, and do we trust him, like Liverpool did with Klopp, even when it went tits up at the start? Or should the team be managed by an online fans forum? Because we've got that many experts out there who think Tuchel doesn't know what he's doing. Maybe we should get a fans forum. Let me know what you think. Do you think a fans forum off of Twitter and Facebook would be better running the club than Thomas Tuchel? No, if that's the democratic vote, I'll go for it. I actually quite like Tuchel. I was disappointed in some of the things he did at the end of the season. I think he was going through a bad patch personally, which shouldn't affect you, but he's human. And I think he was trying to make a point to the board on a couple of occasions, a bit like Conte did a couple of years before. So, are we confident about our manager? Now, let's say we are. Let's say 51% of us believe in Thomas Tuchel, say, well, he's a top manager, he must know he wants in. If he wants Sterling, he wants him for a reason. If he wants De Ligt, he wants him for a reason. If he wants to get rid of Werner, he's doing it because he doesn't see him as being part of his future plans. No matter how much we love Timo. If he wants to get rid of Ziyech, thinks he's too left-footed for the way he's going to play, and he's wasted, where we could have the money on someone that's not. If he wants to do that, do we trust him? Because if we do, we've got to let him get on with that and not give him stick for everything he does, or everything the club does. We just got to accept it, take it on the chin, and if it don't work, and in 2 years' time his plan's not coming to fruition and we're not qualifying for the Champions League, then give him stick. And it's the same with these players. They're young men, they're on social media, and someone just said, it don't look like anyone wants to play for Chelsea anymore. Well, would you? Be honest, you're 100 grand a week, playing in the sunshine of Italy, let's say De Ligt, right? You're quite happy, but a club comes in for you and you think, oh, I wouldn't mind playing for them. They're ex-European champions. It's London, nice vibrant city. That wouldn't be bad. And then you just have a look. You're not been signed by the club. It's only been muted that you might sign for them. And there's people saying we don't want him. The Dutch Harry Maguire, he's a donkey. These are people that have got CFC, supposedly Chelsea fans, supposedly Chelsea supporters. Would you join a club like that? If you'd watched on the television, you'd seen Jorginho getting booed when he came on as a substitute. Remember that? That was at the bridge. It was only a small amount of people. Cretins, but a small amount of people. But do you remember that? What happened to support? Where did support go? I accept that people want something yesterday. I accept that we're a big club now. And we don't want Manchester City and Liverpool to get further away than 19 points. I accept all that. But we've just been taken over by new owners. Our sugar daddy's gone. Our sugar daddy's gone. I said, oh, we've been taken over by a businessman, and some wag said, oh, Abramovich wasn't a businessman then. Very good. Abramovich was a businessman, except when it came to Chelsea. When it seems that his heart ruled his head, unless he was laundering loads and loads and loads of money, I don't know. It seems his heart ruled his head, and he would just splash the cash. No more. It ain't going to happen. We're back in the real world. Yes, they will splash cash, but nowhere near what we wanted, and we won't always get what we want. And us as individual supporters, we can't always get what we want. And sometimes our own personal opinions, they're different to the managers. They're different to the owners. I don't think that Granskaya should have been let go. I think that she should have overseen all the transfer business, certainly in the next couple of transfer windows, if she'd stayed, and it's alleged that she would have done. But Bowley's put himself in charge of transfers. He's never covered a transfer window. No doubt he's a good businessman, but personally I think that's a mistake. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, and only history, only time will show whether I am or not. There's a lot of things I don't agree with. There's a lot of players I don't agree with. The Sterling thing, I'll be honest with you, I don't like Sterling from the point of view of he always seems to be diving, and there was the race issue where I don't believe, having spoken to people who say they were near that incident that day, and I've got no reason to think they're lying, that there weren't any racial slants. He was just called a Tommy Tanker and given dogs abuse. Part and parcel of being a footballer. So, yeah, he's not, oh, and he's in that shit Gillette advert. It's not the top of mine, but if we want him, and he's getting just dogs abuse online, and he's a young man, if he's online, same as Delete, they're reading all that, they're thinking, why do I want to go there? Why would I go there? Their supporters don't know how to support. They're just a bunch of whinging, bile throwing cabbages. Do I want to join that club? I know I wouldn't. So let me know what you think. I had to do this. What do I think of Delete? I think he'd be a brilliant signing. I think he's another John Terry in the making. He's got the physique, he's got the right mental attitude, he's good in the air, he's strong, he'll come out with the ball, he can play in any of those three centre-half positions. I think he'd be a great signing. I don't see why he's getting the stick that he is from some of our experts. I think he'd be a great signing. Sterling, I think he'd be a great signing. Oh, but he doesn't get into Manchester City's side yet. So what? There's a few games when De Bruyne doesn't. So what? He doesn't get into probably the best side in Europe at the moment. But do you know what? He's a hell of a player. He brings speed, he brings pace, and he brings better finishing than Timo. Oh, he missed so many big chances last season. Yeah, but he put quite a few away. You can always find a negative. We're back to my old question, you know, about are you a glass half full or a glass half empty person? Most of our fan base online don't appear to own a glass. Absolutely shocking. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I also think, is it Klose, the right back? Just looked at his stats. He's obviously going to be a cover for Reece, I would have thought. Great stats. If he's going to be a cover, great stats. If he's going to play at right back, and sometimes Reece has to go in at centre half, I don't particularly like that, but great stats. Good going forward, can cross the ball and don't mind having a shot. I think we're going to be a lot more offensive under Tuchel next season. And I think that signing just shows. And also, we don't want to get caught out. If Reece and Chile get injured again, we don't want to be stuck like we did last year, playing in defensive mode really, because we had no other real option. Yes, I know we had options before you flood me, but from Tuchel's point of view, the options weren't as good as having Reece and Chile there. If you were a footballer, would you join Chelsea? If you looked through Twitter, would you want to join a club like that? Let me know what you think. Obviously, it depends on the money, doesn't it? They're doubling your money. I don't care if there's someone following me car every day, calling me all the seas under the sun. So I suppose that's a big influence. But would you want to join Chelsea with basically with a fan base that's so toxic? So toxic. What do you think of the signings? Who do you want to sign? Don't get on to me about Ronaldo. I think that's a load of rubbish. Same with Neymar. I think it's a load of rubbish. It's just their agents putting it out there in the news. So I'm not even going there. already told you my thoughts on Dembele. I don't think we're in for him at all. Don't know what's happening with Koundé. I would think if Todd Bowley's looked at his data, he might be questioning whether he's really what we need for the Premiership. And then you wonder if it was a club target or if it was a Tuchel target, don't you? Gets you thinking, now that Tom is a bit more in charge of the transfers. Anyway, let me know what you think, let me know who you want, and let me know if you'd sign for us if you weren't Chelsea through and through. Because me, even at my age now, I'd run around that old pitch for £1. I wouldn't even charge £1. And to be fair, if it was me running around now, I'd have a cheek if I did charge £1. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and let me know all your thoughts on this so far disappointing transfer window. Speak to you soon. Up to Chelsea.